Oh, sorry. Well, hi, we're here at Berrymore Pharmacy in Wellingborough with Fiona Ebu, and we're discussing a new product that they're stocking in the pharmacy today called Gloves in a Bottle. Gloves in a Bottle is a shielding lotion. It's a relatively new concept in skincare, and it's something which is becoming more known and recommended as an alternative to some of those traditional treatments for sore, dry, cracked hands and conditions like work-related dermatitis. Paul is just going to demonstrate how the product works. You only need literally a pea-size amount, as you can probably see on the bottle there, to be applied to clean, dry skin. And literally, that's all that would be for an average pair of sized hands. So Paul is just basically working that in normal hand rubbing motion, and what that does, that puts a protective hydrating shield on the outer dermis, on the outer layer of dead skin cells. The difference between that and a lot of traditional moisturising products is that once that product has been applied, how does that feel, Paula?
Really, really soft.
Yep.
Shielding.
Yep. So it's been soaked into the outer layer of the skin, and that will stay on the skin for 2 or 3 hours. It doesn't actually wash off. It comes off naturally with the shed skin cells. So people who are constantly washing their hands, people like healthcare workers or nurses, people that are having to gel their hands with alcohol, which strips out the natural oils in the skin, Gloves in a Bottle will actually protect against that. And it doesn't really add moisture. It has a natural moisturising effect by helping the skin retain the natural oils in the lower layers of the skin. So those natural oils are there for a purpose, to keep the skin hydrated and moisturised. And a lot of conventional moisturising creams that you probably use in the shop, Ebu, for people that come in and ask for the solution to dry skin. Those products will sit on the skin for a short amount of time and then they come off. And interestingly, the science behind that is that when those products are actually touching the skin, the brain receives a message to think that the skin is perfectly well hydrated, but that obviously comes off fairly quickly, and we get into this cycle of adding more moisture, more artificial moisture. The skin still remains dry. So that's pretty much in terms of the science behind it, how the product works. Have you had people coming into the shop sort of asking for different
we have
solutions?
sold it to obviously nurses, care workers, etc.
Yeah.
Some of them ask us about the science behind it, and you did mention something about trials or something.
Yeah, we have. In terms of trials of how the product works in terms of the way it interferes with the bacterial wipes. We're talking to various hospitals and care homes, and one of the questions that has come up is, does Gloves in a Bottle, when you've applied it to the skin, as Paula demonstrated, does it actually interfere with the action of the alcohol gels? Because obviously, in hand hygiene protocol, nurses have to wash their hands on a regular basis to maintain a cleanliness, a level of cleanliness, but the side effect of that is often sore, dry, cracked hands because of the alcohol gels. We had a clinical trial conducted last year, and there were 20 volunteers, and the way that was conducted was that people had Gloves in a Bottle on their hands, and there was a bacterial count before and after using the alcohol gels with and without Gloves in a Bottle. And basically the outcome of that was that there was no statistical difference between the bacteria count on the skin that was treated with Gloves in a Bottle or that wasn't treated with Gloves in a Bottle. So they can, with confidence, they can use the product as part of their hand hygiene protocol, knowing that their hands are clean but also protected from the effects of regular hand washing.
Fantastic. I'm sure it's going to be a good seller at this pharmacy.
Thank you very much indeed for your time. Thanks for inviting me down.